Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu. It's time for another deep dive, and you guys had to know this one was coming eventually. Today we're going to be talking about the most influential K-pop song of all time, Gangnam Style by Psy. We're going to discuss Psy's history and career leading up to this song, the success of the song itself, and how Gangnam Style changed K-pop and the Korean wave forever. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Psy, whose real name is Park Jae-sang, was born in 1977. After graduating high school, he moved to the United States in 1996 to study business at Boston University. However, it wasn't long until he spent his remaining tuition on musical instruments and equipment, and he dropped out of his business program. He then enrolled at Berklee College of Music, but again dropped out after a short time and returned to Korea to become a singer. Psy has always had a very unconventional image. His lyrics were blunt and unfiltered, and his choreography was very odd in comparison to the other mainstream artists. In fact, Psy's first album was deemed to have inappropriate content and government authorities fined him for it. Psy didn't change his style though, and again his second album drew many complaints and was banned for under 19 audiences. In 2003, Psy was drafted into military service, but he got an exemption because his main job was a software developer. Despite this though, he continued making music and hosting live performances, so when the government realized that his main job was actually becoming singing, not software development, they ordered Psy to be redrafted. Psy finally completed his military service in 2009, and in 2010 he joined YG Entertainment as he could no longer afford to release his own music. His first album released after returning from service, Psy 5, was also banned for under 19 audiences because of obscene lyrics. And he didn't miss a beat, being absolutely outrageous in his videos. Just look at the video for the lead single right now and try to imagine any other mainstream idol getting away with being this silly. The under 19 ban also didn't stop him from getting popular. Right now, in the album Psy 5 won awards at the Melon Music Awards and the Mnet Asian Music Awards. So, by the time Psy released his 6th album, Gangnam Style was actually his 18th single. On July 15th, 2012, he released the album, and as we all know, Psy kept to his roots of being wild and uncensored in the music video for Gangnam Style. The song is all about the lavish, crazy lifestyles of people who live in the affluent Gangnam district of Seoul, and it absolutely shows in the music video. There are so many iconic scenes here, from the elevator scene, the dance-off with legendary Running Man host Yoo Jae-suk, and of course Hyunna's appearance in the back half of the video. Within a month of its release, Gangnam Style was at the top of the monthly most viewed chart on YouTube, as well as the iTunes music video chart. Several celebrities started tweeting about it, including Britney Spears and Katy Perry, and Psy quickly earned the title the King of YouTube. In Korea, Gangnam Style broke music show records, winning a total of 17 music shows, with 10 of those wins in a row. As I mentioned in my deep dive about music shows, these broke the previous records held by Girls' Generation's G, which were 10 total wins and 9 consecutive wins. Check out this performance too from Inkigayo, which may be one of the most star-studded music show performances ever. Not only was Psy there performing with his backup dancers, but he also had help from Sistar, After School, and Kara.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
성숙해 보이지만 못돼 노는 여자 이때 다 같이
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Overseas, Psy quickly became a global sensation, and he burst onto the pop culture scene in America, where he appeared on The Today Show, Ellen DeGeneres, and Saturday Night Live, among others. He was also quickly signed onto Schoolboy Records, which is the same label that Justin Bieber, Carly Rae Jepsen, Demi Lovato, and Ariana Grande are on. Gangnam Style hit number 2 on the US Hot 100, and it hit number 1 in a ton of other countries, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, France, Germany, and a lot more. On November 24th, 2012, the song passed Justin Bieber's song Baby to become the most watched video on YouTube. And a month later, on December 21st, it became the first video to reach 1 billion views. And now, as of July 2020, it has well over 3.6 billion views. Even the spin-off music video, Oppa Is Just My Style, has 767 million views. YouTube actually preemptively upgraded the view counter to use a 64-bit integer, since the previous 32-bit integer would have capped out at 2.15 billion views, and Psy was well on his way to that mark. Psy once again won several Mnet Asian Music Awards for the song, but he also won many awards beyond music. The Korean government awarded him with the Korea Image Stepping Stone Award for his contribution to enhancing the national image of South Korea, and in 2013 he even became the official tourism ambassador. He also became the global ambassador for the United Nations organization UNICEF. Now I could go on for hours about every single accolade Psy collected thanks to Gangnam Style, but let's look at how the song's success affected K-pop and Hallyu in general. In many ways, Psy's success is the result of decades of investment in building a thriving music scene in South Korea. For years, the foundations needed for K-pop to go global were being built, and finally a viral hit came along in the form of Gangnam Style. And when that time came, the results were incredible. Psy set the precedent for K-pop stars to actually promote in America and the Western world as a whole. You could truthfully say in many ways that Psy walked so that others could run. As an example, in 2012 he performed along MC Hammer on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, something that BTS would go on to do to ring in the new year at the end of 2019. And Psy continued to promote in America when his follow-up release Gentleman came out. He appeared on Live with Kelly and Michael, the season 12 finale of American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, Britain's Got Talent, the Much Music Video Awards in Canada, and many more. He paved the way for K-pop artists to have actual promotion cycles in the Western world, and it's not unreasonable at all to think that the explosion of K-Con and other individual artist concerts in North America is due in large part to Psy's success with Gangnam Style. Nowadays, it's common for superstar groups like Blackpink to have a premiere on Jimmy Fallon and other TV shows in America, but in 2012 it was practically unheard of, yet Psy did it. Gangnam Style exposed an entire generation of young people around the world to K-pop, and it spread the Korean wave way further than it had ever gone before. TV networks and newspapers began turning their focus to Korean culture and music, and the effect snowballed from there. In fact, the song is responsible for $13 million in extra revenue for Korea's audio sector in 2012. In response to all the international success, the government of South Korea doubled down on their investments into Hallyu and K-pop agencies. The goal was to expand K-pop overseas, and I think it's obvious when you look around today that it has worked. K-pop's becoming more and more beloved around the world every single day, and we owe a big part of that to the ever-hysterical, ever-catchy smash hit that put K-pop on the global map, Gangnam Style. I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive into the most infamous K-pop song ever. Whether you like the song or you hate it, you have to be grateful for the work that Psy did in paving the way for future K-pop artists to succeed like they have. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive, and be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future deep dives. Do you want to be an honorary producer credited in these videos? Maybe join a video hangout and get a personal K-pop video message every month? How about your very own deep dive? All that's available when you support my work via Patreon, and it would mean a lot to have you guys join the community there. This has been Deep Dive number 10, Gangnam Style.